All right, welcome to the Young Turks. Today on the program, we find out how sausage is made. Welcome to the Sausage Factory. All right, buckle up, buckle down. It's the TYT crew.
Ice cream, paint job. I just like the song. Ice cream, paint job.
One Republican senator said, and I'm quoting him now, if we're able to stop Obama on this, it will be his Waterloo. It will break him. Think about that. This isn't about me. This isn't about politics. This is about a healthcare system that is breaking America's families, breaking America's businesses, and breaking America's economy.
If that's all he's got, it's okay. But I hope he brings more than that, because we're about to go to war here. You got to bring us stronger, man.
Everyone knows it's broken. Everyone knows it's too expensive. Everyone knows it doesn't work. And we were elected to change that. I yield back.
That we have the finest health care in the world now.
Hey, you don't want to change anything, because we're number one, baby. America's the best.
Get her done, and we've got to get it done. We've got to slow things down. We may miss a target deadline of going into the August recess.
You see that? Straight out of the RNC memo. Slow it down. What's the big rush? Let's do it later. Maybe in the fall, maybe not. When you take your memos straight out of the RNC, then what's the point of being a Democrat? And you're obviously trying to kill this thing.
Mr. President, we want to get there this year. We share your goals, but we need more time.
Oh, wow, I didn't see one BC. Let's mark this up. Yeah, I'm going over this line by line. It's a good thing we have more time. Come on, how can you be so stupid as a political reporter? Harry Reid came out and said, no go. We are not going to be able to get a health care reform bill through the Senate by the August recess. What if we used August to fight them? Charge! Because if you join a filibuster to kill this bill, that means you have, and you don't offer any other alternatives, that means that you don't give a damn. And we're not going to stand for it, and you're going to pay a political price for opposing us.
I taught the Constitution for 10 years. I believe in the Constitution, and I will obey the Constitution of the United States. We're not going to use signing statements as a way of doing an end run around Congress. All right?
Oopsie doopsie. All of a sudden, Obama comes in. What happened now? All of a sudden, the bin Laden's not happy campers.
Number one, that tells me he's crazy, Colonel, that he's a nut. Nobody does that.
Yeah. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you.
Yeah, that's not really how it goes.
I went to the movie this weekend with a gun, and surprise, surprise, I didn't kill anybody. I love guns.
I never went to college. Nobody in my family went to college.
What? The only part of that I totally understood is my family never made a dime. They were losers. We couldn't put together anything. We tried. Not a nickel. Sorry, not a dime. And nobody in my family went to college. College? Oh, you never went to college, Glenn? I never would have figured that. Party is based on dumb people. I don't know about his birth certificate. Facts, not interested. Idiots, did I do a good job? Yeah, all right. We're all crazy together, right? Obama, yeah, he's from Kenya or something. He's black.
Show you his birth certificate. That's the way to deal with this. Mail this birth certificate to the wacko wing of your party so they see it and say, I agree with this. It's over.
I realized right at the end of the story that I didn't care about this. Go him it. Nah. Am I proud? Am I proud? Is that the kind of person you want to be? When you're married, there's a commitment there. Unless a hot 22-year-old intern winds up in your legislative office, and then you go up banging. Say it ain't so, Ben. Say it ain't so. No, that can't be right. This is obviously a lie, right?
Why Did I Get Married is a Tyler Perry movie?
With all the black folks, right?
Oh my god,
Janet Jackson.
freaking love that movie.
Good movie, wasn't it?
No, that was a great movie.
Oh my God, you need to calm down. Yeah, your Chihuahua's even a little uglier, believe it or not.
My dog is not ugly, okay? It's not.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, right. Okay. All right, listen, become a member of the Young Turks, all right? Just fucking do it already. Well, you already gave me hundreds of millions of dollars. You don't want that to go to waste. They want the money, Lebowski. Don't believe a word of what they tell you. Damn, I am wrong about everything. Whoa, no. Oh, see, wait, let me. Where do I cash the check? Are you with me or are you against me? Now, if you're against me, there's going to be consequences. And I will, for the next 3 years at least, look to screw you just as hard. Lucky for you, there's TYT interviews now. You just go on there, you subscribe, and you get all the interviews you want from the Young Turks.
That looks pretty sexy.
Here's what I'm telling you, okay? I know I'm going crazy. But listen to me. We're going to number 1. That's where we're headed, okay? We're going to number 1 on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, we've already been there on a day, on a single day. We'll get there in a week for the week. We'll get there for the month. We'll get there for the year. We'll get there for all time. I'm coming for you guys. I'm coming. What do you think? How did my audition go? Not bad, right? I'll tell you, I'll do half price, $5 million. Special discounts for you.